Hello, everybody, and welcome to Honeoye Falls-Lima High School, the site of this afternoon's Section 5 football matchup. It's a Class B tilt, two unbeaten teams, Batavia visiting HFL. Something's got to give here in Cougar country. It's homecoming for HFL, a lot of pomp and circumstance surrounding this game, a pregame parade going through town, and now the fans have packed the stands. And we are minutes away from the opening kickoff. Alex Brasky here with you alongside Ajay Cybulski, ready to take you through this afternoon's action on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. Should be a good one, like I said, between two 4-0 programs. Before we get too deep into this afternoon's broadcast, we'd like to thank our sponsors, beginning with Genesee Community College, which is our scoreboard sponsor for this fall season. Are you looking to kickstart your career in health and physical education? Look no further than GCC. Whether you dream of teaching, coaching, personal training, or sports management, GCC has the programs to prepare you for jobs that are in high demand. Take advantage of a high-quality curriculum, excellent faculty, experiential learning, and great facilities. Join them at GCC and be the game changer you've always wanted to be. To learn more, visit genesee.edu/phys ed. Also brought to you by McGavro's Automotive. Think of McGavro's Automotive when you need preventative maintenance like oil changes and scheduled services. McGavro's Automotive will perform all repair jobs in a timely and efficient manner, so you can get back on the road to more important things. McGavro's Automotive in Batavia. Call 343-6101 or schedule an appointment online, McGavrosAutomotive.com. Also, Summit Family Dental Care, where their dentists and staff are committed to giving you the best dental experience that Warsaw and Geneseo have to offer. Like any trusting relationship, their care begins with getting to know each other, and their highest priority is providing the quality dental services you deserve in a comfortable, convenient atmosphere. Call their Warsaw location at 585-786-3676 or visit them online at summitfamilydentalcare.com. Told you about Genesee Community College. Also, Zoom Total Fitness, fitness for all levels. Personal training, cross-training, bodybuilding, powerlifting, and yoga. 24/7 access with only $35 per month in membership fees. New equipment in a super clean facility now available. Also training, classes, infrared sauna, and more. 585-861-8995. Also, Crazy Cheap Cars, the ultimate in price and selection. Find your next vehicle at crazycheapcars.com, where they carry the largest selection of over 150 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs of any dealer in the Genesee region. At Crazy Cheap Cars, they need your trade-in and will pay top dollar for your trade. So give them a call at 948-8000, or better yet, they'll see you right here. Also, Bridget Cassidy and Jamie Katermis are media and digital consultants at the Batavia Daily News. Contact them today, 343-8000, to get involved with one of our programs on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. Live streams, Inside High School Sports, Athlete of the Week, Coach of the Week, and more. So once again, my name is Alex Brasky, here to take you through today's action between the home team HFL and visiting Batavia. Batavia coached by Alex Veltz. They come in at 4-0, just like HFL. It's been really an easy go of things for the Blue Devils this season. For Batavia on the year, a 34-0 victory over Greece Arcadia last week. Before that, it was a 46-6 win over Rochester Prep. Before that, it was a 39-0 victory over Virtus, and before that, it was a 32-0 win over Leroy Caledonia Mumford. Two talented players have led this Batavia offense, among a host of others, throughout the season. Bronx Buchholz has really done a solid job passing the ball. And then out of the backfield, you have Zaylin Griffin, who's done a really nice job toting the rock for this Blue Devils team. Batavia started the season with that 32-0 win over Leroy Calmon. Buchholz passed for 2 touchdowns, also ran one in. Zaylin Griffin added a couple of touchdowns, 93 yards rushing, while Carter Mullen caught a 60-yard touchdown reception, and Justin Smith a 27-yard touchdown reception in that one. Leading the Batavia defense in their season-opening win was Maggio Buchholz, 10 tackles, 1 for a loss, while Brock Bigsby and Lakota Merzak also got in on the action. And like I said, that led to the 32-0 win over Leroy Caledonia Mumford. And the next week, it was 61-0 in 2 weeks for Batavia as the Blue Devils worked their way to another shutout victory. Buchholz this time, a touchdown and an interception, 3 touchdowns on the ground, total of 168 total yards for Buchholz. And Griffin, 12 carries, 79 yards, and a score. While Lakota Merzak also did some work on the ground, 5 attempts, 32 yards, and a touchdown, also came away with 6.5 tackles. Jamison Motika, 1 reception for a touchdown in that game, while Maggio Buchholz also another good game defensively, 6.5 tackles and a sack for Batavia in that one. After the 39-0 victory, Batavia made it 3-0 with a 46-6 win over Rochester Prep, as once again it was Buchholz and Griffin getting it done, combining for 3 touchdowns, over 150 yards of offense and limited action, while defensively it was Lakota Merzak, Devon Gallo-Williams, Maggio Buchholz, and Will Stevens getting in on the action with an interception, while Grayson Fix had 2 receptions for 96 yards, 6 tackles, tackle for loss, and a sack in that Week 3 win. After the thrashing win over Rochester Prep, another shutout, the 3rd in 4 weeks for Batavia, 34-0 over a Class A opponent in Greece Arcadia. Buchholz, 3 touchdowns on the day, 1 passing, 2 rushing, over 100 yards on the ground, while Griffin punched one in on the ground and also caught a receiving touchdown, while Nolan Ball found the end zone. Jamison Motika, a couple of receptions for 91 yards. Maggio Buchholz, another big day defensively. Lakota Merzak, Brock Bigsby, and Will Stevens getting in on the action.
How are you? Yeah, good to see you.
For HFL, 25-12 win over East Rochester in Week 1. Nate Meacham, the quarterback, has really done a solid job for this group throughout the year. 8 for 11, 183 yards, and a couple of scores in that 13-point win over ER. Connor Finn, the running back, a touchdown, 77 yards on 15 carries, while Keaton Yates, the leading receiver for the Cougars in that one, 3 receptions, 152 yards, and 2 touchdowns. HFL followed that up with a 28-14 win over Class A opponent Eastridge. Finn led the way with a 100-yard day and a touchdown on 16 carries, while Nate Meacham, 11 for 16, 126 yards, and 3 scores through the air. This time it was wide receiver Mike Mezenthal, 4 receptions, 75 yards, and a touchdown, while Alex Steinhoff and Keaton Yates each added touchdown receptions to help HFL improve to 2-0 on the season. Nate Meacham, again a big week in Week 3, a 35-8 win for the Cougars over Virtus. 13 of 21 passing, 148 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Finn, a couple of touchdowns on the ground, also added 3 receptions, 72 yards, and a receiving touchdown, while HFL improved to 3-0. Last week, 34-12 winners over Rochester Prep. Meacham, 4 touchdown passes, and this time Harrison Houle added a touchdown on the ground to improve the Cougars' season-opening record to 4-0 on the year. So both teams unbeaten, and like I said before, expecting a good matchup here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. We had a good one last night between Attica and OAE. Highlights available on the Batavia Daily News social media channels. And now Batavia taking on HFL. And a lot from me there, AJ, as you were doing a little bit of housekeeping and getting ready for today's broadcast. What are you expecting from this one? Batavia and HFL running through the competition thus far, but this has been a rivalry over the years, expecting a good one here.
Yeah, so again, like you mentioned, Alex, 2 4-0 teams here at Honeoye Falls-Lima High School. A great, facility, great turf, beautiful town. Driving in with all the people and the parade, and really have that homecoming spirit here. And again, this is a big game against the two top teams in Class B in Batavia and Honeoye Falls-Lima. So looking forward to it. Just some quick notes to add about how dominant both these teams have been so far. Batavia outscoring their opponents 151-6 so far in their 4 games this year, and they averaged 37.7 points per game. That's good for a plus 144 point differential, which is kind of unheard of. So again, it's going to be a big task for the Cougars today. But on the other side, HFL almost just as dominant, averaging 30.5 points per game and outscoring their opponents 122-46, and coming to this one with a plus 76 point differential. So on the Batavia side, I mean, like you mentioned, Zalen Griffin, Bronx Bullholes, two kind of offensive catalysts for them, and for HFL, it's going to be about limiting this Batavia offensive attack and just trying to score on offense. It's pretty simple, but that's what the Cougars are going to have to do tonight or this afternoon if they want to get it done.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. About 9 minutes to go until the pregame festivities. We'll be back with more pregame action here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. All right, and we're back here at HFL as getting set for kickoff. Batavia taking on the hometown Cougars. Alex Brasky and Ajay Cybulski with you on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. Ajay, why don't you take the people through the exciting action from last night across the Glow region? A lot of games, a lot of lopsided contests. What occurred on Friday night?
Yeah, so a lot of good quality football around the Glow region on Friday night as we're now in week 5 of this high school sports season. So it's getting down, not to the wire necessarily, but we're in the back half of the season. So really teams starting to push up the ladder or falling down the ladder, whatever way you want to put it. We actually had to climb up a ladder to get up here today. So I guess no pun intended, but we'll start with the Oakfield, Alabama Elba Aggies traveling to Attica High School and taking home a 27-19 victory over the Blue Devils. Head coach Tyler Winters was very proud of his team after the game, said that in order for our team to get to where we want to go, we need to find a way to persevere and get gritty wins, and that's exactly what the Aggies did on Friday night. Avery Watterson set the tone for the Aggies with an 85-yard kickoff return touchdown in the first half, while also finishing with 42 rushing yards and a touchdown on the ground. So he did well on offense and defensively, recorded 19 tackles and 4 tackles for loss. So Watterson really led the way there. Sinfrini, the other running back for the Aggies, contributed 91 rushing yards and a touchdown, and also hauled in a 15-yard touchdown on a really pivotal third and goal situation where the Aggies needed a touchdown desperately to go up 2 possessions, and they were able to cash in with Sinfrini in the end zone. So that's really how that game went. Attica, again, falls to 1-4, and the Aggies improved to 3-2. So really, the Aggies looking to maybe make a run at a Class D sectional championship in Attica, just trying to find a little bit of a rhythm here. And again, I think that's the best they've looked last night. Earlier in the season, we did a broadcast on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network, and Attica scored 0 points against an Alexander team, but they rebound. They had a chance late, but the Aggies defense was able to respond with a couple of key defensive stops and a turnover on downs to end the game. Letchworth Perry Warsaw knocked off Dansville Wayland Cohocton 29-13. At halftime, Letchworth Perry Warsaw carried an 8-7 lead and then extended that lead to 22-7 in the second half and really never looked back. Noah Lighton carried the Letchworth Perry Warsaw offense to continue his strong season, finishing with 9 carries for 158 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he also recorded a game-high 23 tackles, so flying around for that Letchworth Perry Warsaw defense. Jack McIntyre and Braden Merritt added an interception apiece for Letchworth Perry Warsaw, and then for Dansville Waco, running back Aiden Schaefer finished with 10 carries for 110 yards and 1 touchdown for the Dansville Wayland Cohocton team. Moving to another Class D battle, Canisteo Greenwood knocked off York Pavilion 13-0. All the points came in the first quarter as Canisteo Greenwood opened up the 13-0 lead, and both teams were held scoreless throughout the rest of the contest. Trent Englert was all over the place for the York Pavilion defense, finishing with 23 tackles and 1 sack, and 2 other players also recorded double-digit tackles for York Pavilion, Casey Coffey with 14 and Liam Campbell with 12. The Rivals took on the Livonia Bulldogs and shut them out 40-0. The Rivals scored on their first 4 possessions of the game to build a 34-0 halftime advantage as they held Livonia to 64 yards of total offense in the win. Running back Jack Egling recorded 7 carries for 122 yards and 2 touchdowns, while running back Zach Boop totaled 6 carries for 77 yards and 1 touchdown. Wide receiver Xavier Bowen finished with a catch for 21 yards and 1 touchdown and added a 39-yard punt return. And then last but not least, Avon took on Notre Dame Byron Bergen. The Riverhawks continue to dominate Class D with a 62-7 victory. Quarterback Kalman Delgos recorded 4 carries for 207 yards and 3 touchdowns. Running back Wesley Farley totaled 12 carries for 139 yards and 4 touchdowns. And Avon produced 441 rushing yards in the contest on 27 carries. Defensively, the Riverhawks were led by Travis Halata with 7 tackles and 2 sacks, and Ryan Davis Sr. with 6 tackles and 2 sacks. So Avon, Leroy Kelmum, Canisteo Greenwood, Letchworth Perry Warsaw, and the Oakfield, Alabama Elba Aggies were the winners in Week 5, and now we're here at Honeoye Falls-Lima between 2 undefeated teams in Class B, both really looking to take it to the next level here this afternoon.
Yeah, certainly excited for this one, as are the many fans in attendance. The stands beneath us packed. The stands across the way also filling up with Batavia fans, as we are now moments away from introductions, I believe. No time left on the clock here. So that leads me to believe that the introductions are coming up.
Good afternoon.
And here's the PA announcer.
Welcome to Honeoye Falls-Lima Fall Weekend 2024. It's a beautiful day for football. It is currently 65 degrees under partly sunny skies. We'd like to welcome everyone to the Honeoye Falls-Lima High School and James College Stadium. This afternoon, the Cougars welcome the Batavia Blue Devils. Section 5 of the Monroe County Public Athletic Conference and the Honeoye Falls-Lima School District promote good sportsmanship. All spectators are reminded to keep the cheering positive and supportive at all times. Spectators making vulgar, offensive, hostile, and/or racially or culturally insensitive remarks and/or actions will not be tolerated and will be immediately addressed by event supervisors. In addition, the New York State Public High School Athletic Association has adopted new spectator policy that will be enforced at the high school contest. Click the QR codes located in the stadium to read the complete regulation. Please help us create a positive environment for today's contest. Be loud, be proud, be positive. Restrooms are located at the south end of the stadium and the chow hut is open at the north end. Referees for today's game are Jay Constantine, umpire James Chadwick, linesman Billy Bowe, line judge Scott Engler, and back judge Matt Burrell. We direct your attention to the north end zone. Wearing the road white and blue, please welcome the Batavia Blue Devils. And now, we direct your attention to the south end zone wearing their gold and black jerseys. Here are your 2024 HFL Cougars.
All right, both teams introduced. The pregame coin toss coming up. And then kickoff from HFL High School. Alex Brasky with Ajay Cybulski here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. We had a good one last night. Highlights available from Attica and Oakfield, Alabama. Available on our social media channels. Now, Batavia taking on HFL. Before we get too deep into this afternoon's broadcast, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Genesee Community College. Explore careers in health and physical education. Learn more at genesee.edu/phys ed. Also, Magavro's Automotive. General repairs and maintenance, steering and suspension repairs, alignments, exhaust repairs, tire service, New York State inspection, and more. 343-6101. Also, Summit Family Dental Care offices in Warsaw and Geneseo at summitfamilydentalcare.com. Also, Zoom Total Fitness, open 24 hours, 7 days a week, $35 per month in membership fees. That's Zoom Total Fitness. And Crazy Cheap Cars, the ultimate in price and selection, crazycheapcars.com. We pause for a moment for the national anthem. beautiful rendition of the anthem, and we are indeed ready to go. If you'd like to get involved in one of our live streams, another program, the Batavia Daily News Sports Network, contact Bridget or Jamie at the Batavia Daily News, and they'll get you involved and your business some great sponsorship opportunities. So here come both teams' captains out to midfield as the coin toss coming up. Both teams at 4-0, looking to remain unbeaten here. It looks like we have a ceremonial coin toss here on homecoming afternoon for HFL, as both teams prepare to meet on the Cougar.
Folks, if we could address and get your attention towards midfield for our coin toss for today's game. The Cougars are being represented by Connor Finn, Alexander Steinhoff, Harrison Houle, and Owen Engler. And I would be remiss without announcing our Hall of Fame weekend inductees. Congratulations to all. And today we have Todd Clark, who is representing Marion Clark Powell, Dr. Leslie Loss, representing Robert Loss Sr., John Broomfield, Stephanie Templeton, Dan Culp, Hermia and Becca Terpstra, representing Mike Terpstra.
So here you see the captains for both teams for HFL. From left to right, Harrison Houle, Owen Englert, Connor Finn, and Alexander Steinhoff. For Batavia, you have Grayson Fix, who is injured today with the sling on his right arm. Zaylin Griffin to his left. To his left, you have Sheldon Seiverling, and all the way to the left, you have Bronx Buchholz. So Batavia will receive, HFL will defer, and we're about to get this one started. AJ, excited for this contest on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network.
Yes, really looking forward to this one. Again, 2 unbeatens. Doesn't get much better than this. Class B, these two schools may take on each other in the sectional finals, so they're going to get a taste of each other here. And again, homecoming here at Honeoye Falls-Lima, so good crowd here in attendance. Beautiful day for some Saturday afternoon high school football.
Yeah, this is a rivalry that goes back many years across many sports in Class B, Class A. These two programs have met in the sectional final before. HFL, I believe, winning the most recent finals matchup. I'd have to go back and dig on that. But these are two programs that know each other very well. Alex Veltz in his second season leading Batavia's program, but he's been around for quite some time, was previously the offensive coordinator, while John Russ has been at the helm for more than a few years for HFL. So plenty of experience playing one another. The rivalry has been brewing, and 2 4-0 teams. Something's got to give here at HFL High School. Thank you for joining us on the BDN-SN. Thank you to our scoreboard sponsor, SUNY GCC. Explore careers in health and physical education at SUNY Genesee.
Kicking off for the Cougars is number 33, Ezra Garrett.
HFL faithful Cougar freight train getting lit pregame. And the kick is away. Batavia lets it bounce. Looks like Carter Mullen lost it in the sun, forced to dive on it. And Batavia starts with poor field position at the 11-yard line. The sun certainly played a factor there, AJ.
Yeah, Carter Mullen. Good hands for this Batavia Blue Devils team at the wide receiver position, a senior experience, but you could clearly tell there the sun got into his viewing lane and almost resulted in a disaster for the Blue Devils to start this game. So now they're backed up either way, and we'll see what Bronx Buchholz can do under center. Again, he's one of those players that he's totaled 3 touchdowns in the last 2 games, so he's a guy that's really producing at a high level.
Yeah, the sun's certainly playing a role for us as well. We've been forced to tape an umbrella to the rafter up here to keep our equipment cool. Really going all out, laying it all on the line like these two teams are this afternoon. Griffin takes the toss, nowhere to go. He's stacked up by the HFL defense. Keaton Yates there to make the stop. Also in on the play, Holden Cam for HFL.
You're also going to see a lot of Zaylen Griffin here this afternoon. A speedy running back that one of the first games we did this season, the first game actually we did this season, Zaylen Griffin ran all over the rivals. So definitely something to also keep an eye on, not only Buchholz.
So 2nd and 9 after the short gain for Griffin. 3 men wide to the left, 2 split to the right. Buchholz running behind blockers. Nowhere to go once again. First one there for HFL, Harrison Hoole. And he spins down Buchholz, another gain of 1. 3rd and 8 coming up.
Great start for the Cougars here. Get them in a 3rd and long situation on the first set of downs. We'll see what Batavia decides to do. Will they put it in the air or will they try and run it? I would think that a pass here would be the smart move, but you never know. Griffin's a very good runner, and Buchholz can also use his legs.
Yeah, I think what Batavia is going to look to do here, get Buchholz on the run. It's really where he thrives.
Also interested to see if the Cougars throw a blitz here to try and send some extra guys at Buchholz to try and get him rattled a little bit.
Man in motion is Griffin. Buchholz alone in the backfield. Keeps it himself across the 20-yard line, nearing first down yardage. That's going to bring up a 4th and manageable. 4th and 2 coming up for Batavia. Early decision for head coach Alex Veltz. Some substitutions coming on, and it looks like they're going to punt it away here as Buchholz is headed to the sideline.
Yeah,
so an early stop for the HFL defense.
Yeah, I think that's the right call here, Alex. You're at your own 20-yard line. If you make a mistake here, you give the Cougars great starting field position, and at their home field, give them all the momentum. I don't think that's the best idea.
So back to return for HFL is Yates. As the Cougars take a timeout, Batavia had Carter Mullen split out wide to the left, perhaps indicating a fake, and HFL wants to talk things over. Don't want to give up a big play this early.
Yeah, no one lined up on Mullen on the outside. The coaching staff was trying to communicate with the special teams unit on the field that Mullen was out wide and there was no one there, but the players seemed a little confused, and it forced the Cougars to use, I would say, an unnecessary timeout here early. You don't want to blow on this early, especially on a punt. You get a nice stop, but nonetheless, again, Cougars get a great stop defensively and avoid disaster there. I think if they would have snapped that ball and got it to Mullen quick, he might have saw a lot of turf in front of him and gone a long, long way. So smart timeout, but unfortunate they had to take it this early.
Yeah, this is an experienced coaching staff, as we said before, and they saw that coming a mile away, and certainly a heady play to get the call, timeout, and stop Batavia from trying any trickeration here on 4th and 2. So the Blue Devils back out, and it looks like they are going to keep the punting unit on the field. Back to return it for HFL is Yates.
And this time you see Meehan lined up on Mullen, so they made the fix there on the top of your screen.
Batavia tried to fake it. They snapped it to the up man, and it looks like the Blue Devils got it. There's a flag on the play, however. And this one's coming back. So I believe an illegal formation or a false start on Batavia, and that negates the conversion on the fake.
Costly, Alex. That they would have probably moved the chains there. Do you think that was the first down? I probably would have brought the chain gang out maybe, but I think he got enough there on that play.
Yeah, I think the far official was spotting it past the line to gain. You're right, it would have been close. Either way, Batavia now in a much more punting situation. And the snap goes over the head and out of the end zone for a safety. Motika couldn't field the snap, and HFL is going to start with the lead. It's 2-0 Cougars. Another disaster for the Blue Devils, and HFL with the early advantage.
Yeah, these are teams, both teams, again, I mentioned, Batavia has outscored their opponents by a wide margin this year, so they're now in a little bit of unfamiliar territory. I'm sure they haven't trailed much this year, if at all. So now the Cougars have an opportunity. If they get the ball back on offense with that 2-point cushion, hopefully the Blue Devils can get a stop, but the Cougars definitely have an opportunity here to make this maybe a 2-possession game.
I'll tell you what, AJ, there's no worse feeling as a long snapper than sending one over the head of your punter, and this comes from a former JV long snapper that sent it over his punter's head more than I would care to admit, hence why I was a JV long snapper. That is a lonely, lonely feeling. That's a position where you don't get much credit for good snaps, but if you send a bad one back there, it can really, really cost your team.
Yeah, it's a tough job, even last night.
As it did there for Batavia. Motika, one of the tallest players on Batavia's roster, and he still couldn't go up top to field it. So Motika, a line drive and a ground ball mishandled by the Cougars return man. It's Frank Sackett crashing forward to the 45-yard line. That's where HFL is going to begin its drive.
Coach, just an FYI, we have found what looks like a cell phone up here. It looks like an Apple iPhone. So if you ever see your iPhone, push the button.
But you're right, Alex. Long snapping is definitely a tough thing, and like I mentioned last night, there was a miscommunication or a kind of a botched long snap on an extra point that cost Attica a point to tie the game. So it's definitely a very important aspect of the game that obviously long snappers aren't that appreciated, but again, it's very important for the special teams kind of part of this game.
All right, so after the safety, here comes the HFL offense. Meacham out there, out of the shotgun, looking to throw. Has a man, finds him to the right. And that's first down yardage for the Cougars. Great start for the HFL offense. Meacham connects with Alexander Steinhoff for the first down.
It's a first down by Alexander Steinhoff.
Yeah, great read there from Meacham to Steinhoff on that play. Found the soft spot in the zone and connected to move the chains here on first down.
Meacham, a familiar name here in HFL. Former quarterback Matt Meacham. Uncertain of the relation, so I won't guess, but brothers, we have it confirmed here. So, quarterback factory in the Meacham family. Something in the water.
Something in the water.
1st and 10 for the Cougars. Meacham out of the shotgun once again. To his right is Hool, and he takes the handoff. Wrapped up, swarmed by the Batavia defense, but that's a good gain for Hool. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, Hool with a great extra effort there, get a couple extra yards. Now you're in 2nd and short, playbook wide open. Again, huge opportunity here for the Cougars to capitalize on early miscues from Batavia.
Great job setting the tone up front on the line of scrimmage. Cal Gresley. Also Patrick Adair. August Youngstrom. A couple others doing a fine job up there for HFL. Snap to Meacham, tosses it out. Hool near the line to gain. I think he's going to come up just short. That's going to bring up a 3rd and about a foot for HFL here. No, they're going to give it to him. First down for the Cougars as they're now across the 30-yard line, and they continue this drive, which has started mighty successfully. So 1st and 10 from Batavia's 28-yard line. Man in motion is Michael Mezenthal. And Meacham tried to flip it to him, but it was out of his reach, and it falls incomplete. A couple other men up front for HFL, Anthony Suso. And I'm missing one, AJ. Who am I missing here? Want to give those big guys up front a shout out. We'll track him down. On the other side of the ball for Batavia, it's Sheldon Seiverling, Madden Legler, Carvel Martino, one of the most well-sized defensive fronts you'll see in Class B. Jamison Motika coming off the edge, along with Bigsby, and it looked like Batavia moved early. It was Martino on the false start. You have Luke Gutman out there as well coming off the edge for Batavia. I'm going to track down that name for HFL. I think I'm missing the center, number 51, Owen Engler. So penalty called on Batavia. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 5 for HFL now, AJ.
Yeah, another, again, a miscue by Batavia, giving the Cougars some early chances here, and they had them in 2nd and 10, and now it's all of a sudden a 2nd and 5. So not good here for the Blue Devils to start.
Yeah, in a matchup like this, sloppy play is not going to pay off, and it could cost you a game. Meacham, handoff. Poole through the line. It's stripped from behind. Batavia on the fumble recovery. Diving in was Lakota Merzak. I'm not sure who got the strip there, but a great play to punch it out. And Batavia takes over on offense. HFL had everything going, and their first miscue of the afternoon results in a turnover.
Yeah, great play by the Blue Devils. Buckle down inside that red zone-ish area and make a big play. Now you're get the ball back to your offense, and let's see if they can avenge the early struggles on that side of the ball here.
Trying to see on the replay here on the YouTube app who dove in for the strip there. As Batavia is going to take over. I believe it was Maggio Buchholz on the strip. Merzak on the recovery. Bronx Buchholz takes the snap, hands it to Griffin. Griffin into the secondary, breaking tacklers. Bouncing off HFL defenders, 1st down and more, up near the 30-yard line, a gain of 17 on 1st down.
Well, the tone of this game just changed quite quickly here. Now Griffin getting going on the 1st down carry, about 17-yard gain. So that was a great run, bouncing off tackles like you said, and using his speed as well to get upfield.
Folks, just a reminder, you had an iPhone that was turned up to the press box. It looks like it does belong to a...
So what a run from Griffin there. A small, speedy back, but also great contact balance, like a Khalil Shakir. For the 1st down and more, Batavia will go back to the shotgun. Buchholz and Griffin, Maggio Buchholz in motion. Here's Bronx Buchholz taking it to the left side. Trying to slip through, but a nice job by the HFL defense. First one there to make the tackle, Sam Martin, the namesake of the Bills punter.
Yeah, not the Bills punter there, but yeah, you're right about Griffin. That really could be a tone center for an offense that, again, struggled early, but you move like that and you bounce off tackles like that for a guy that's really known for his speed. It's a tone setter for an offense.
So 2nd and 6 coming up. As the Blue Devils now on the move following the turnover from HFL. The strip and recovery for the Blue Devils defense. Maggio Buchholz in motion. They hand it to Griffin. He's met in the backfield and dropped. The Cougars defense is there for the tackle for loss. Like first one there was Owen Engler. Good penetration into the backfield and the tackle for loss.
Another 3rd and long here. Last time you saw Buchholz keep it on a quarterback keeper. We'll see what the Blue Devils decide to do here on this play. 3rd and 8. Big play here.
We have Batavia looking for the conversion. HFL looking for a stop. Nearing 4-down territory for the Blue Devils. Empty backfield. 3 men to the right. It's Griffin, Gallo-Williams, and Mullen. Buchholz looks to his right. Finds his brother Maggio Buchholz. Stiff arm across the 40, breaking tackles across the line to gain for the 1st down. Out of bounds at the 45-yard line, but that moves the stick. Nearing midfield.
Up the seam and on the boundary, and it gives the guy in the flat underneath some Buchholz, that is, some turf ahead of him, and he was able to pick up some yards after contact and move the chains.
So a nice catch and run from Maggio Buchholz, and it's 1st and 10 for Batavia. Ball at their own 45. Buchholz out of the shotgun. Takes it out of the belly of Griffin. About a 7-yard gain for Buchholz. Across midfield into enemy territory. Go the Blue Devils.
Calling his own number on that one. Ball mark, looks like about 48.
So 2nd and 3 coming up for Batavia. Buchholz takes the snap, hands it to Griffin. And he's at the line to gain. It's going to be close. We'll see if they bring out the chain gang or they give it to him. And it's going to be a 1st down for Batavia. First and 10 for Batavia. Toss out to Griffin. Dodging defenders. Still going. That's near another 1st down. HFL nearly had Griffin stopped in the backfield. He was able to slip the initial defender into the secondary for a 10-yard gain and another Batavia 1st down.
And that's what makes Griffin so special. Holding Cam and Alexander Steinhoff had 2 free looks at Griffin, and he went right around them and made some nice moves to get by them and pick up the 1st down. So you're seeing Griffin just really, in one-on-one situations, he's really hard to bring down.
Hoping our makeshift umbrella holds up here, AJ. A little bit of wind making things a bit tenuous. 1st and 10, Batavia. Buchholz keeps it himself. Through a hole in the line. Into the secondary, and there he goes. Bronx Buchholz is gone. Touchdown, Batavia. Blue Devils take the lead. It's 6-2. 3:24 remaining in the opening quarter. Points off turnovers. That's been a key for Batavia all season. And once again, the Blue Devils reach pay dirt following the takeaway, and they take their first lead of the game.
Yeah, that's exactly what Buchholz does. He can win with his legs, and he does it so well. And it's just such a compliment to Griffin and what they can do back there. It's one of the best duos in Class B in terms of quarterback, running back, and you saw it there on full display.
Nearly untouched through the line. I'm not sure if he was touched at the 2nd level, and then he burst through to the 3rd level, and he was gone. And Batavia will go for 2. 2 men in the backfield. It's Griffin and Maggio Buchholz with Bronx Buchholz. And a timeout called by Batavia. They'll talk things over. Critical 2-point conversion here, AJ, as Batavia looks to make it a 6-point lead after the early safety on the botched snap. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Genesee Community College. Explore careers in health and physical education. Learn more at genesee.edu/phys ed. Also, Magavro's Automotive. Call 343-6101. General repairs and maintenance. Steering and suspension repairs, alignments, exhaust repairs, tire service, and New York State inspection. That is Magavro's Automotive. Also, Summit Family Dental Care. You can reach them at summitfamilydentalcare.com or call them at their Warsaw location, 786-3676, or at their Geneseo location, 243-5588. Also, we told you about Genesee Community College. Zoom Total Fitness opens 24 hours, 7 days a week. $35 per month in membership fees. That is Zoom Total Fitness. And lastly, Crazy Cheap Cars, crazycheapcars.com, the ultimate in price and selection, $948,8000. That is Crazy Cheap Cars. So 3:21 remaining in the first quarter. Batavia will go for 2 following the long touchdown run from Buchholz. And if you're looking for highlights from last night's game, Attica and Oakfield, Alabama, those are available on the Batavia Daily News Facebook page. So here comes the 2-point conversion attempt for the Blue Devils. Buchholz takes it himself, but he's met at the line, and he is dropped. First man there for the HFL defense was the big man. It was August Youngstrom for the stop.
Great play there from that line of scrimmage. Blew that one up. Yeah, that was number 54 for the Cougars, Patrick Adair. So that was a great play by him, and that whole defensive front there. Interesting that the Blue Devils kept Buchholz with the ball on that play. It feels like they've done that a lot, but you know, when you're having such success with it, it's hard to go away with it. But the Cougars were definitely prepared for what was coming on that 2-point try.
So 6-2, top of the third here at HFL High School. Batavia in the lead here on this divisional round Saturday across the MLB. Mets and Yankees in action today, AJ. New York's baseball fans in their glory. I know you're excited for that.
I'm very excited. Big baseball guy. So I got 3 safeties for Batavia so far in this one, and no, I'm just kidding. But 6-2 here. Interesting story. Is that scoregami?
Could be. This one bouncing near the sideline and picked up by HFL's Frank Sackett. Still bouncing around across the 20-yard line before he's brought down at the 23. That's where HFL will begin its drive here, trailing 6-2.
Brings up first down for the Cougars.
So 3:14 remaining here in the first quarter. Snap to Meacham, bobbled. Now looking to throw, rolling out, and he throws it away. Smart play from Meacham as he gets rid of it. And the Cougars will live to fight another day.
See, going back to the quarterback blood in the family, that was a smart play from a veteran player, not trying to force the issue and just getting rid of the ball and throwing it out of bounds. You see Josh Allen, especially early in his career, had trouble with that and just taking the throw away, but he's definitely gotten better in that aspect, and you saw Meacham there do it in a good way.
So 2nd and 10 coming up for HFL. They remain out of the shotgun. Martin beside Meacham. Man in motion is Yates. They hand it to Martin. Good gain of about 5 yards, but a flag comes in. A late flag as the officials look to sort it out. See what we have here. Holding against the Cougars. That's going to set HFL back to a 2nd and even longer. Looked like it was Carvel Martino who was impeded after some good penetration there, and the flag flies, and that's a setback for this HFL offense.
This is going to bring up a 2nd and about quite a few for the Cougars here.
So 2nd and 20 coming up for HFL. Meacham out of the shotgun. Martin beside him. Looking to throw is Meacham. Flush from the pocket. Keeping his eyes downfield. Connects with a man near the sideline. It's Holden Cam. A reception of about 7 yards. I guess we'll call it 5 yards. 3rd and 15 coming up for HFL.
Yeah, Meacham had time back there to throw on that one, rolled out to his right. Probably wanted a little bit more yardage on the 2nd and 20. So because now you're facing a 3rd and 15, so there's a lot of yardage left for the Cougars to pick this one up against a really good Blue Devils defense.
3rd and 15 for HFL. Meacham takes the snap, looking to throw, flush from the pocket. Applying the pressure was Batavia's Motika, and that forces Meacham to run out of bounds. A good gain of about 10 yards, maybe a decision here for HFL on the 4th and 5.
Yeah, good poise again for Meacham there. Didn't see anything, scrambled, got away from a Blue Devils defender in the backfield and scampered ahead for a nice 10-yard gain on that play. So really good play from Meacham again. Good poise there from the quarterback.
HFL will punt it away, however. Brian Finn back to do the honors, and back to return it for Batavia is Mullen. Snap, handled by Finn, a high kick, and Mullen won't field it. It takes an HFL bounce inside the 30, and it's down at the 28-yard line. So a good kick from Finn, flips the field a bit for this Cougars defense as the Batavia offense takes back over, leading 6-2, 2:24 remaining in the first quarter.
You saw Mullen struggle there again with the sun, and instead of trying to field it like he did on the opening kickoff, he decided to just let it roll, and again, a favorable bounce for the Cougars, so the Blue Devils will start at their own 29-yard line.
Communities, including the Parks and Recreation Committee, Vincent Valley Football, Bill's Training Camp, and he's been an election inspector for over 15 years. Congratulations to Mr. Brookfield, and his first down Batavia.
So 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils here. Buchholz, snap, fakes the toss to Griffin, takes it himself for a 5-yard gain.
Looks like he picks up about 3 or 4 yards on the Copper calling his own number, coming up 2nd down for the team.
Good eye candy there from the Blue Devils. Offense on that first play, fake the pitch outside to Griffin and try and catch the Cougars defense off guard up the middle there with Buchholz.
Do want to warn the viewers, there is a chance I may have to leave this game early. Do have another commitment at 4 o'clock, hoping that isn't the case, but if it is, AJ is very capable of taking the reins. Confident at least in AJ's ability. How confident are you, AJ, if that comes out? I'm sure you're very confident.
Very confident.
You've done it before, you'll do it again. Like I said, hopefully it doesn't come down to that, but we'll see how this one transpires here. So big 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 7. HFL looking to get its defense off the field. Batavia looking to convert. Griffin in motion. They toss it to the left side, and on the run, short of the line to gain is Devon Gallo-Williams. Gain of about 3. It's going to bring up a 4th and 4-ish. So decision time for Batavia. Looks like they're going to bring the punter, Motika, onto the field. Not sure if they will indeed punt it away, but he was a part of that substitution group. I've already seen Batavia fake 1 punt. And it looks like the Blue Devils are going to call for timeout. Or no, they're going to let the first quarter expire. We'll head to the second. 6-2 Batavia here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. We'll take a quick break and be back with this Class B battle.
We'll take a moment to recognize Stephanie Templeton, Honeoye Falls Class of 1984. Ms. Templeton has dedicated over 25 years to volunteer work in Colgate admissions and alumni. She has served in the HFL Board of Education since 2010 and actively contributed to various community committees. Additionally, she's been recognized with a 40 Under 40 award and has over 20 years of distinguished service at DHS. I'd also like to recognize Dan Culp, class of '88. Mr. Culp's career spans music, ministry, and entertainment, including being the lead singer of a nationally touring Christian rock band and hosting a Christian radio station. He's also an author, comedian, advocate for the disabled and adoption, and an active volunteer in adaptive sports programs. And lastly, Michael Terpstra, class of 1989. Mr. Terpstra is an active student member of HFL. He is a visual artist and has worked on many films, including The Missing Link, Kubo, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Star Trek Into Darkness, The Lone Ranger, Captain America, and Thor. His work can be seen on many websites and in video games. This year's inductees will be honored today at the induction ceremony taking place in the high school cafeteria at 4 p.m. right after this game. We hope to see you there.
All right, here we go to begin the second quarter. It's 4th and 3 for Batavia, and they're going for it. Buchholz is out of the shotgun. Griffin in motion. Snap. Buchholz looking to throw. He's under pressure. Screen. DiMaggio Buchholz got room to run. That's going to be a first down for Batavia. So they let the pressure come upfield. Buchholz leaks out to the left. Catches the pass from his brother, Bronx, and Maggio across the line to gain for the first down.
Great play call there again from the Blue Devils. Little tight end screen action, brother to brother.
Batavia on the move now, nearing midfield, 1st and 10, looking to extend its advantage. Snap, handoff goes to Griffin off the right side. Cuts it upfield, and he's met by a host of Cougars tacklers, but not before he gains 8 yards. Big burst there for Griffin on first down.
You're seeing the power from Griffin today in the run game. Doing a really good job when he gets contact, carrying that defender a couple extra yards, and it's the Batavia Blue Devils sideline gets pretty excited after he does that. So definitely a momentum booster for this Blue Devils offense.
Second and 2 for Batavia. 3 men in the backfield. Buchholz hands it to Griffin. He's running behind Maggio Buchholz. First down. And ball at the Griffins' 44 now. And the 1st and 10 for Batavia now as the drive continues. And Buchholz remains out of the shotgun. You won't see Batavia go under center often, if at all. Fakes the handoff to Griffin, does Buchholz, crashing ahead. Gain of 4 on the play. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. It's Batavia working the ball control game here, keeping it on the ground. That two-headed attack with Buchholz and Griffin continues to work wonders for this group.
Yeah, their fantasy football production is off the charts. They get so much volume in this offense that if you're looking to start a high school fantasy football team, I think both these guys, their volume just presents a lot of opportunity.
2nd and 6. Griffin takes it to the left. Dragged down. Good pursuit there. from HFL's Keaton Yates. But that's going to be a first down for Batavia as the chains continue to move slowly but surely for Batavia on this drive. Empty backfield now. Griffin, Williams, and Mullen to the left. Griffin in motion to the right. Bronx Buchholz takes the snap, slicing up the middle. Another good gain. This offensive line for Batavia getting great push. Flag flies at the end of the play. Let's see what the call is. Batavia's offensive line, Carvel Martino, Madden Legler, Colt Davis, Sheldon Seiverling, Gavin White. I think I got everybody there. All doing a great job here for Batavia's front. Just pushing the pile time and again. Still awaiting the call from the officials as the flag remains on the field. Officiating crew still sorting things out. And it's a personal foul against the Blue Devils. That could halt this drive. A critical mistake from this Batavia offense. That's going to set them back on first down. So it had been a while since we saw a big mistake for Batavia, but once again, it rears its ugly head for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, that was after the play was over, so it's actually second down now for the Blue Devils, about a 2nd and 16.
2nd and 16 coming up here. Griffin takes the handoff and almost broke through, but a great job by the HFL defender. It looked like it was Brian Finn getting a hand in there, dragging him down by the jersey. Gain of 2. 3rd and 13 coming up.
Yeah, great play from Finn in the open field. Like earlier we saw Griffin win those battles, but Finn makes a nice play in a one-on-one situation. There was a lot of room if Griffin was able to get by Finn there. So a great tackle in the trenches there up front.
So 3rd and 13. Big play for the HFL defense. Trying to get a stop here, but Batavia in 4-down territory. Bronx Buchholz looking to throw. Looked for Griffin. Couldn't find him, and he's sacked. Flag flies in the area of holding. Mitchell Martini in there, working alongside August Youngstrom. And they share the sack. And this is going to be holding going against the Blue Devils. I'm almost certain of it. Although, once again, a lengthy conversation. Very deliberate officiating crew here. Let's get everybody involved.
Have a cup of coffee.
I mean, it looked pretty obvious, but maybe I saw it differently. Face mask against HFL. So Batavia, a big break there. As the sack is negated. I thought for certain it was going to be a holding call, AJ, instead of face mask against the Cougars, a defensive face mask. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, on a 3rd and 13, that's
or excuse me, I was thinking offensive face masks. You do see the sorry about that. I don't know what I was talking about there. Second game in 2 days, sometimes you talk out of your mind. I think we've seen a couple of offensive face masks called on the Bills the past couple of years, and that's what I was thinking in my mind. But I guess the uncommon aspect of that play, it looked like it was a face mask up front on the line of scrimmage.
Correct. And I think there was offsetting penalties because the ball is not moved, so there must have been 2 penalties on
Right.
the play.
I think that might be a spot foul, the face mask. Nonetheless, 3rd and 13. Buchholz looking to throw now, rolling to his right. Up top, what a catch from Motika. Did he come down in bounds? No. Out of bounds, but Motika stretching for the would-be reception. Had he gotten the feet down, pushed out. 4th and 13 coming up.
That was almost a beauty from Buchholz to Motika. Motika climbs the ladder, gets up top, but cannot maintain his feet in bounds. So now a 4th and 13 in a really tough spot. You're on the Cougars' 33-yard line. You might just have to go for it here if you're the Blue Devils.
So 4th and 13 for Batavia. Keep the offense on the field and they'll go for it. No shortage of aggression for the Blue Devils as they have gone for it time and again. Ajay Buchholz in motion. Bronx Buchholz will take the snap. Looking down the field, he has his brother wide open. Touchdown Batavia. Buchholz to Buchholz. The 33-yard pitch and catch. Easy does it. 12-2. Batavia increases its advantage. What a play as they sent Ajay Buchholz down the right sideline. He was wide open. Perhaps a coverage breakdown. And he trots into the end zone for 6. Batavia will go for 2 once again, looking to make it a 12-point game.
Looks like Batavia's going for a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, 2 4th down conversions on that drive by the Blue Devils, both to Buchholz, one on a screen earlier in the drive, and then a 4th and 13 untouched, so the Buchholz brothers connection on full display.
Buchholz over the middle, up top. And this time, Motika does get his feet in the middle of the end zone this time. And it is good for 2, 14-2. Batavia increases its lead. And AJ, why don't you tell the people about our sponsors?
Our scoreboard sponsor, SUNY GCC, looking to explore careers in health and physical education. Look no further than SUNY GCC. To learn more, visit genesee.edu/physed. McGavro's Automotive in Batavia. General repairs and maintenance, steering and suspension repairs, alignments, exhaust repairs, tire service. Call 585-343-6101. Summit Family Dental Care. Visit summitfamilydentalcare.com or call their Warsaw location at 786-3676 or the Geneseo location at 243-5588. Zoom Total Fitness, open 24 hours, 7 days a week, all new equipment, $35 per month membership. To learn more, visit zoomtotalfitness.com. And finally, Crazy Cheap Cars, the ultimate in price and selection. Call 585-948-8000, or better yet, they'll see you right here.
So here we go as we get the ads off the screen. Cougars set to return it, but juggled near the end zone, and HFL able to work its way to about the 13-yard line before poor field position to begin this drive.
First down, Cougars.
HFL, as Meacham keeps it himself on first down, he's upended. Lakota Merzak in there on the stop.
Batavia up on that tackle. Second and 9 for
2nd and 9. Meacham looking to throw. Has a man, and it's complete. First down for HFL. Pitch and catch from Meacham to Holden Cam, and that moves the sticks and gets the crowd on its feet. Luke Gutman on the stop for Batavia.
Great timing on that route on first down there, and Meacham finds his man. Nice underneath curl route and able to get upfield and move the chain. So great play, great timing on that route, and well executed by the Cougars offensively. They needed that.
So 1st and 10 for HFL. Big play through the air. See if they can keep the drive going. Meacham pulls it out of the belly of his running back, and he's got room to roam. Nate Meacham down the sideline, and he's gone. Touchdown, HFL, a 70-yard romp for Nate Meacham. And it's 14-8. Just what the doctor ordered for the Cougars.
Yeah, Meacham uses his speed. He was using his arm a lot in the first couple of drives, but great decision there to keep the ball untouched for a huge house call for this Cougars team. And that builds a lot of momentum after Batavia seemed to take control of this game. The Cougars are right back in it here on their homecoming game.
So here comes the PAT. It's chipped up and through, but a flag flies. Once again at the end of the play. I think we've set a new record for flags at the end of the play in this one. I don't think we have a call yet. Did we get a call there, AJ?
I did not see one, no. I was looking, the Cougar sideline was all inspired and pumped up after that touchdown run. I was not looking at the field of play, so I don't know if anything was called. There was no real announcement, but we'll see where the kickoff's
The flag came out, but yeah, I don't know if the official wound up calling anything. So not sure, but on the Genesee Community College scoreboard, Explore Careers in Health and Physical Education, it's 14-9. Batavia in the lead.
Yeah, it looks to have been a personal foul after the whistle there. The ball's marked at the 45, so that's where the Cougars will kick off of. Maybe try and pin the Blue Devils deep and try and get a stop here defensively.
All right, here we go. HFL set to kick it away following the Cougars' touchdown. And Gallo Williams back deep to return it. He's got a good return, and there he goes. Gallo Williams across the 45, down at the 47-yard line. What a return for Batavia.
Just when you thought the Cougars could pin the Blue Devils deep, a great return here by the Blue Devils return man, and you're looking at a really good start for this Blue Devils offense after the touchdown. Kind of going blow for blow here recently. Some couple explosive plays on both sides. You have the Buchholz touchdown on one end, then the explosive run by Meacham, and now the nice kickoff return. So both teams generating some explosive plays here, and there's some fireworks going on.
1st and 10 for Batavia. Griffin in motion. Buchholz takes the snap. Has blockers in front of him. He's tripped up. That was a saving tackle made. I think it was number 65. Or excuse me, 55. Chris Settles getting a hand in there to trip up Bronx Buchholz. Gain of 8. 2nd and 2 coming up. 2nd and 2. Griffin off the right side, slipping tacklers across the line to gain. Brought down at the HFL 41-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 coming up for Batavia. So 1st and 10 for Batavia. Buchholz takes it himself. Almost brought down in the backfield, trying to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1 on the play for Buchholz. Strong run there. Looked like he was going to be for sure stopped for a loss. Instead, turns it into a minimal gain and another flag after the play. Sideline warning called against the Blue Devils. This officiating crew really making its presence felt here this afternoon.
Second down and 9 here for Batavia.
So 2nd and 9 coming up following the sideline warning. 3:55 remaining on the clock. We had to have a clock reset. That was the reason for the delay, and now we're all set to go. Buchholz looking for Griffin, and it's out of his reach. Incomplete. 3rd and 9 coming up.
Folks, if you haven't had a chance to stop up by the chopper, go on up there and you may see this gigantic Adirondack chair that was built by Mr. and Mrs. Carmen, our tech teachers here at HFL in the advanced woodworking class. Students put that together.
So 3rd and 9 coming up for Batavia. Time ticking away in this first half. 3:41 remaining until the break. Griffin in motion to the right side. Buchholz fakes it to him. Now looking deep. Jump ball, and Mullen's got it. Touchdown, Batavia. A 40-yard strike from Buchholz to Mullen. And it's a 20-9 Batavia advantage. What a throw, what a catch for the latest Batavia touchdown.
That was a beautiful throw from Buchholz to Mullen. And again, Batavia having a lot of success on these 3rd and longs. They scored on a 4th and 13. Well, maybe just long yardage situations. They picked up a couple of long yardage situations throughout this game. So what a strike, what a throw. And Carter Mullen with a great catch and finish for the touchdown for the Blue Devils.
So a 40-yard heave, and Mullen comes down with it and crosses the goal line for 6. The 2-point conversion attempt upcoming. Buchholz looking to throw, dodging defenders in the backfield, drops the ball, and conversion attempt unsuccessful. So the score will sit at 20-9 following the big play on the Genesee Community College scoreboard. Explore careers in health and physical education. Learn more at genesee.edu. Also, this game brought to you by Magavro's Automotive, 343-6101. General repairs and maintenance, steering and suspension repairs, alignments, exhaust repairs, tire service, New York State inspection, and more. Also, Summit Family Dental Care, Warsaw and Geneseo are where their offices are located. That's summitfamilydentalcare.com. Also, Zoom Total Fitness open 24 hours, 7 days a week. All new equipment, $35 per month in membership fees. That is Zoom Total Fitness and CrazyCheapCars.com. 948-8000. That's CrazyCheapCars.com. So Batavia taking it to HFL following the latest touchdown, but the Cougars still plenty of time to respond. Looking to trim the deficit to single digits. Ground ball. HFL comes up with it. And good coverage by the Batavia unit. HFL will begin its drive at its own 25. Phenomenal job from the cheerleaders here at HFL this afternoon, keeping the big crowd involved. Also, I'm not sure if I can get a good look. Got a pole in the way. I can't see him. HFL student section has done a great job as well. Really lively environment. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to visit the Chow Hut, but one of the top in Section 5 here at HFL. So 1st and 10 for HFL. They need a response. 3:28 remaining in the half. Meacham calling out the signals, looking to throw, and he's under duress and dropped. Carvel Martino and Motika on the pressure. Martino on the sack. Really unabated to the quarterback was Martino, bursting through the line of scrimmage for the penetration and another sack for Batavia.
Yeah, Martino pumped up on that play, blew that play up. It looked like they tried to get that screen quick to the outside, but the initial play seemed covered, or Meacham was not comfortable with getting rid of it quickly enough, and it resulted in a sack for the Blue Devils.
Meacham looking to throw over the middle, complete. On the run, good gain here for the Cougars. Flag flies. It's Keaton Yates across the line to gain for a first down, but we'll sort out the penalty. Looks like HFL thinks it's coming back. Not sure. Man, they have really taken these discussions to another level here today. Got to get it right. Illegal man downfield. Called against HFL. That will wipe off the big gain. And Coach John Russ not pleased with that call from the official. My, oh my. I'd like to chalk out the penalty yardage here today, AJ. It's starting to rack up.
Yeah, not only a lot of penalties, but a lot of personal foul penalties after the whistle, face mask penalties. So there's been a lot of penalties here at Honeoye Falls-Lima.
That penalty looked like it came from the back judge on the illegal man downfield. Certainly a tough one for him to judge in terms of the depth. But nonetheless, Meacham looking to throw over the head of his receiver through the hands of Michael Mezenzal, and it drops incomplete. 3rd down and a mile for HFL.
How aggressive will the Cougars be on this play? It's interesting. I think Meacham has had success in the air today, but you wonder how aggressive they're going to be. They do get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, you got to be aggressive with 2:15 left. Batavia's offense, the way that it's been moving, you can't let them get the ball back. You got to do what you can here to get the line to gain. Meacham going deep down the middle of the field, nearly intercepted by Gallo Williams. But it's incomplete, and HFL will bring the punting unit onto the field.
Tried to find it up the seam there, and again, like you said, almost intercepted, but a good effort, good attempt. It would have had to have been a perfect throw from Meacham in order for that play to be executed. So good defense there from the Blue Devils, a great stand.
And another flag. And a sideline warning against HFL. Well, you get a sideline warning, you get a sideline warning. Everybody gets a sideline warning here this afternoon.
Are we going to get a warning?
I don't know.
I think we might be next. Well, it'll go to the crowd first, and then we're after that. So if the crowd gets riled up, then we'll be after that.
My goodness, we've seen a lot of penalties called in this first half. 4th and a mile, HFL awaiting the snap, looking to punt it away, and they do. Mullen back to return it for Batavia, caught at the 50. And Mullen, a good return up to the 36-yard line. A nice job there from Lakota Merzak. Looked like it was going to be a clear block in the back, and I'm sure the official's waiting to throw the flag, but he held himself up and just really got in the way of the man in pursuit, so that allowed Mullen to spring free for some extra yardage.
And you saw Mullen there able to field the punt because he's turning the other way on this side now, so the sun's not in his eyes, and fielded it perfectly and got a nice return. And the Blue Devils already starting Cougars field position, so Batavia on the verge here, really opening this game wide open.
Batavia's latest drive begins at the 35. Buchholz tripped up after a gain of 1. Griffin on the sweep. Slips up after a gain of 2, 3rd and 7.
Sign off there for HFL.
So Batavia trying to work the clock here while also find the end zone. 3rd and 7. Buchholz and Griffin in the backfield. Buchholz takes it himself off the left side, cuts it upfield, still on his feet, bouncing through tacklers across the line to gain. 1st down for the Blue Devils, and they bang a timeout inside the 25, 47 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Buchholz is slippery. That was, broke a couple tackles there. Sure, arm tackles there by the Cougars, but Buchholz slithered right through there and got the 1st down. The Cougars need to stop here defensively.
Yeah, that might be putting it lightly. This Batavia offense has scored at will after a relatively slow start. So out of the timeout, 1st and 10 for Batavia. 47 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Blue Devils lead it by 11. Buchholz looking to throw deep to Mullen. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Flag on the play. Near the line of scrimmage.
Another touchdown for Batavia. But there's a flag in the field.
An illegal man downfield called on Batavia.
Bit of a callback. Penalty on Batavia.
Still a beautiful double move by Mullen on the left boundary there, and right in the bucket from Buchholz, another dot. So he is not only running the ball effectively, but his precision passing here so far in this first half has been exceptional. And every time it feels like the Blue Devils need something in the air, Buchholz and the wide receiver core has capitalized.
1st and 15 following the ineligible man downfield call against Batavia. Wiping another big gain off the board here at HFL High School. .40 seconds remaining as Buchholz awaits the snap. Takes it, looking to throw. Has Mullen to the right side. Dodging a defender near the sideline, and he's brought down after a gain of 5 or 6. And another timeout called by the Blue Devils.
PE8 on the tackle for HFL. Another timeout on the field.
Good read by Buchholz there. Find Mullen and go back to his favorite target here so far. And what a great move after the catch to get outfield. And now it's about 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6. So a manageable second down now. You got one timeout left. You're on the 19-yard line, up 20-9. The Blue Devils are in a really good spot here. So, you know, if I'm at a Bills game right now, Alex, and it's 20-9, the Bills are losing or winning, and there's 30 seconds left in a timeout, sometimes I look over at the concession stand. Sometimes you sneak over early and try and get ahead of the halftime rush. So I'm sure a lot of people doing that now here at Honeoye Falls-Lima.
No doubt. Smart veteran play.
Smart veteran play.
2nd and 5. 30 seconds remaining. Buchholz down the seam to Mullen. Got lit up in the end zone, and the flag flies for the defenseless receiver / hit to the head. We'll see what the call is. HFL didn't like the call.
You saw Mullen kind of look before he caught it, and then I think he realized he had enough time to bring it in, but by the time the ball actually got to him, he just got absolutely lit up there in the end zone. So the flag is thrown. We'll see if they stick with the call.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Keaton Yates was the one delivering the hit. Let's see. Everybody waiting on the head official. Looks like it's going to go against Batavia. No? Why are they moving back? So it is. It's a hit on a defenseless receiver. Call against the Cougars. That'll march Batavia forward inside the 10, 1st and goal coming up.
The penalty did save a touchdown there. Mullen probably would have been able to hang out of that ball. So the Cougars do get some more life to potentially get a stop here.
It's one of those tough calls that was not a call about 5-10 years ago, but it's the new age of football and gives Batavia new life, and the touchdown from Buchholz to Gallo Williams. 26-9, Batavia increases its lead before the second quarter horn. 18 seconds remaining until the break.
Yeah, really impressed with Buchholz. He just seems so poised, knows exactly where to go. Off-platform throws that was perfectly placed on the ground so his receiver could just scoop it right up and not have to take a hit or anything. He fell right to the ground. Easy pass and catch for this electric, and I mean electric, Blue Devils offense.
So a 17-point lead now for Batavia, 18 seconds remaining in the half. Another penalty. It'll march Batavia back. Buchholz flips it to Griffin on the screen, tackled from behind. 2-point conversion attempt unsuccessful. HFL is going to take back over with a little bit of time remaining in the second quarter. One more time before halftime, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Genesee Community College, Magavro's Automotive, Summit Family Dental Care, Zoom Total Fitness, and Crazy Cheap Cars. So AJ looking more and more likely like I'm going to have to bow out early. I think I'll make it perhaps through the third quarter. We'll see. We'll maybe make a joint decision at halftime.
Yeah, that was a great play by the Cougars defender, Owen Englert, on that screen. Really read it out and was able to bring Griffin down from behind. So good awareness there from Englert along that Cougars defensive line, and at least you're avoiding these 2-point conversions. Batavia's failed a couple of times here so far, so they're at least limiting the blows that the Blue Devils offense is putting on them so far.
Ensuing kickoff following Batavia's latest touchdown. Ground ball. And once again mishandled. Still mishandled. Still rolling around. Who's got it? Batavia thinks they do. Yates couldn't get the handle on it. Rolling around. Squirting through the hands like a wet bar of soap down there. And it looks like he was able to corral it eventually, or someone on the Cougars was able to corral it, and HFL avoided a disaster there.
Yeah, they just need to take it to the half, take a knee, and regroup here for this Cougars team.
Seen a lot of great food coming back here up in the press box. You stop down at the Java and all the goodies.
And that's going to do it for the first half of action. 17-point lead for Batavia as we head to the break on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. Alex Brasky and Ajay Cybulski with you. We'll be back with the final 24 minutes of play here from HFL.
And hello, everybody. We're back here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. It is Ajay Cybulski with you, riding solo here at Honeoye Falls-Lima High School as Batavia leads 26-9 after one half of play. Before we get this second half started, we'd like to thank our sponsors here. McGavros Automotive, call 585-343-6101 for general repairs and maintenance, steering and suspension repairs, alignments, exhaust repairs, tire service, and New York State inspection. Summit Family Dental Care, call their Warsaw location at 786-3676 or Geneseo location at 243-5588. That's Summit Family Dental Care. Visit summitfamilydentalcare.com. Our scoreboard sponsor, SUNY GCC Zoom Total Fitness, open 24 hours, 7 days a week. All new equipment, $35 per month membership. To learn more, visit zoomtotalfitness.com. And last but not least, crazycheapcars.com, the ultimate in price and selection. Call 585-948-8000, or better yet, they'll see you right here. Again, if you'd like to sponsor the Daily News or Livingston County News in terms of live streams and all the things we do, please contact Bridget and Jamie. So an inspiring first half for the Blue Devils. As they lead 26-9 on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. And it's a 26-9 ball game. Batavia will kick off to the Cougars here. And we are ready to go. Kick almost trickling out of bounds, but the Cougars decide to pick it up, and they get it about the 32-yard line is where they will start. A 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Again, Bullholz found Carter Mullen for a big explosive play in the first half, and a great run by the Cougars quarterback also in that first half. Nathan Meacham, nice scramble quarterback keeper to make it 14-9, but the Blue Devils were able to pull away with 2 touchdowns in the second quarter, and now that's why we're here at 26-9. A nice touchdown right before the half for the Blue Devils. So Meacham in shotgun. Takes a snap, hands it off to the back. And a nice play for the Cougars to start this one. Harrison Houle up the middle for a nice 14, 15-yard gain. Mark Gutman on the tackle for the Blue Devils. Excuse me, Luke Gutman. Mark Gutman is our photographer here, so got confused with the names. My apologies. Luke Gutman with the tackle. 1st and 10 Cougars. Meacham hands it off again, but the Batavia defense swarms the Cougars running back in the backfield. In the mix there was Sheldon Seiverling, the senior 6'1", 275-pound defensive lineman, so a physical presence in the middle for the Blue Devils. 2nd and 15, a 5-yard loss for the Cougars on that play. Meacham in the shotgun again. He's been there a lot this afternoon. 2 receivers to the bottom. He's looking that way. And a nice play design there. And a 1st down completed to Alexander Steinhoff. And that will give the Cougars some life. 1st and 10 Cougars. Again, you saw the slot receiver go in the flat there while the boundary receiver did a nice little quick slant and found the soft spot in the zone and settled in and moved the stick. So good play there from the Cougars offense. 1st and 10, Meacham handoff. Another nice run for a 5-yard gain from Harrison Houle. So Houle getting some work here on this drive, and it's resulting in some positive 1st down plays, which is always a positive for any offense. You want to get ahead of the stick. So a 2nd and 5 now for HFL. Our scoreboard sponsor, SUNY GCC, looking to explore careers in health and physical education Look no further than GCC. Visit www.genesee.edu/physed to learn more. 2nd and 5. Meacham in the shotgun. A little setting up a screen here. Underneath up the middle. Nice cutback move by a few defenders, and a great play there by Keaton Yates, the receiver, over the middle, and it's another first down for the Cougars. Devils. Maggio Buchholz as well in on the tackle for Batavia. 1st and 10, just outside the red zone for the Cougars. Meacham hands it off on the inside, but a great defensive play from Sheldon Seiberling. Yet again, a nice tackle for loss, bringing down Bennett Feinberg in the backfield. 2nd and 13. Let's see if the Cougars can capitalize on some momentum here in this opening drive of the second half. Meacham, again, lined up in shotgun. 2 receivers at the top, 2 to your bottom. And they get the Blue Devils to jump. That's the 2nd time that's happened today. So it looks like an offside penalty, which will give the Cougars a 2nd and 7-ish. Meacham knew immediately that he got the Batavia defensive line to jump. The second they jumped, he ran right to the sideline to get the play call from his head coach. So 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7. 8 minutes left in this third quarter. The Cougars trying to inspire some life into their team. The shotgun snap, Meacham looks over the middle, and a little bit of a miscommunication there, it seemed, as it falls incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Looks like intended receiver was Mike Meisensall.
3rd and 7 now for HFL. The intended receiver on that play, Michael Meisensall, the senior, 5'11", 170. .759, big 3rd and 7 here for HFL. From the Batavia 22. The snap, Meacham drops back, looks to his left, and a great throw along the sideline. Finds the open man, Holden Cam, for a first down. 1st and 10 Cougars, and they are now inside the red zone. As the Holden Cam chant breaks out from the HFL faithful. The clock stops because he went out of bounds. So 7:53 left in this third quarter. The Cougars threatening here. I got Meacham and shotgun. The snap, looking to the right. And it's dropped in the end zone. Steinhoff, the intended receiver, so that'll bring 2nd and 10 now for HFL. Meacham on a slant route, and it's a touchdown, Cougars! Holden Cam takes over on that drive, and it's a nice 4-minute drive from the Cougars, and we got an 11-point ball game. Meacham to Holden Cam on the slant for a 6. The extra point now. And that's down the middle.
Yeah, the goal, the extra point, it is good. Cougars trail by 10.
as Regathercole splits the uprights. And it's a 10-point game now. So the Cougars hanging around. Now the defense needs to turn the tide here in this one, but before we see the Cougars defense and this Blue Devils offense, we'd like to thank again our sponsors here. Our scoreboard sponsor, SUNY GCC, McGavro's Automotive, Summit Family Dental Care, Zoom Total Fitness, and Crazy Cheap Cars. If you'd like to sponsor the Daily or Livingston County News, contact Bridget or Jamie. Some Post Malone breaking out here. I'm a big Post Malone fan. I'm trying to figure this out really quick. Having some trouble. There we go. And we're back here to action here at HFL High School. 7:44 on the clock. And here we go. Good kick there. Mullen will field it for Batavia. Carter Mullen up the middle. And a nice return there from Carter Mullen to set up the Batavia Blue Devils at their own 34-yard line, excuse me. First and 10. Again, both these teams undefeated so far in Class B. So this is a big game. They could potentially see each other down the line in the Class B sectional championship. So they're getting a little bit of a taste here on HFL's homecoming afternoon. First and 10. It's been a lot of Bronx Bullholes. It's been a lot of Carter Mullen. It's been a lot of Zalen Griffin and a lot of Maggio Bullholes as well. So kind of a well-balanced attack here for Batavia so far. The snap, Griffin up the middle, taking on some tacklers. A nice 5-6 yard gain on first and 10. Second and 5. Sam Martin with the tackle for the Cougars. Second down and 4. Let's adjust that quickly. Second and 4. Mullen to the top of your screen. Gallo Williams, who also hauled in a touchdown reception today, to the bottom. Bronx Bullholes to the left, and that'll be enough for a first down. And apologize for the pronunciation. It's Maggio Bullholes. The clock starts to tick yet again, and it's a first and 10 Batavia. It just seems like this well-balanced attack for the Blue Devils here has been too much for the Cougars so far. And every time Batavia has needed a big play, they have gotten it. First and 10. Bullholes in shotgun, looks to his right. Griffin, he'll catch it in some space. Makes a nice move, bounces off a tackler, but a great play by the Cougars defense to really swarm Griffin and bring him down for a 1 yard gain. Just when you thought Griffin had some space, the Cougars defense collapsed on him and he had nowhere to go. Motika at the top, Mullen and Gallo Williams on the bottom. Griffin in the backfield, Bullholes at quarterback, 2nd and 8 Batavia. Griffin splits out to his left. Bullholes will keep it himself. He's got some space and more. It's a nice 15-yard scamper for Bullholes up the right side. And a 1st and 10 Blue Devils. To the Cougars' 34-yard line. First and 10 Batavia. 4:50 remaining in this third quarter. The snap, Buchholz again decides to keep it himself. He's got some room, and it looks like it's going to be enough for another first down. So Brock's Buchholz, his rushing ability, you're really getting to see it here. And a big drive for Batavia after allowing that opening half touchdown drive from the Cougars. They're answering right back with authority. Mullen and Gala Williams at the bottom of your screen. Griffin at running back. Buchholz, 1st and 10. The snap. Hands off to Griffin inside. And a short 3-yard gain for Griffin on first down. Brought down by several Cougars defenders, including Blake Fisher, the sophomore.
Bring up a 2nd down, about 5.
2nd and 6 for Batavia. 3:30 remains in this third quarter. Again, Mullen and Gullah Williams at the bottom of your screen. A similar formation. Maggio Buchholz in line on the top. The snap, it's a pitch to Griffin on the right side. Griffin, a couple of nice moves.
Griffin on the run, picks up
And a first down for Batavia.
And the tackle.
1st and 10. As the clock continues to roll now. 1st and 10. Batavia inside the red zone at the Cougars' 11-yard line. Three receivers to the top of your screen. One of them goes in motion, another fake pitch, and they go to the right side. Buchholz into the end zone for a touchdown. Brock's Buchholz is a touchdown machine for this Blue Devils offense, and he continues that on a 1st and 10 play as Batavia extends its lead to 32-15. So this Batavia offense just seems really hard to stop, and the Cougars have no answers. The extra point. Move this up a little bit for you so you can see. Sorry, not going to be a 2-point or an extra point. It's going to be a 2-point conversion. My apologies. So Batavia's going to go for 2 here. The snap, a pitch to Maggio Buchholz. And he's stopped short. So again, another failed 2-point attempt for Batavia. So Maggio Buchholz on the right, unable to get it done. And it is a 32-16 lead for the Blue Devils with 2:33 remaining in this third quarter. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. Ajay Cybulski with you on the call live from Honeoye Falls-Lima High School. Our scoreboard sponsor, SUNY GCC. To learn more, visit genesee.edu/phys ed. McGavro's Automotive. General repairs and maintenance. Steering and suspension repairs, alignments, exhaust repairs, tire service, New York State inspection. Call 585-343-6101. Summit Family Dental Care. Visit summitfamilydentalcare.com. Again, our scoreboard sponsor, SUNY GCC. Zoom Total Fitness, open 24 hours, 7 days a week. All new equipment for only $35 per month membership. Visit ZoomTotalFitness.com to learn more. And last but not least, Crazy Cheap Cars, the ultimate in price and selection. Call 585-948-8000, or better yet, they'll see you right here. Back to the action. Fielded by the Cougars, but a nice return up to the the Cougars' 32-yard line. .224 remains in this third quarter. 1st and 10 for HFL. First and 10 for HFL here. And the snap, a pitch to the right. Looking for some space and a minimal 2-3 yard gain on the play.
Bennett Feinberg on the carry for HFL.
Bennett Feinberg on the carry for HFL. So about a 2nd and 7 for the Cougars. Second and 7 now for the Cougars here. Meacham in shotgun. Looks to his left. Setting up a screen there at the top, but a great play made on the outside by Batavia's Lakota Mrukzek, the linebacker. Shoot the gap. Get off the block, and a great play there, now forcing a 3rd and long for HFL. That's how you defend an outside screen. Third and 10. Clock winding down in this third quarter. Let's see what Meacham has up his sleeve. The snap looks to his right. And a similar play to what we saw on the touchdown drive, and it's a first down back to Alexander Steinhoff.
He was brought down by Mrukzek once again for the Blue Devils. And that's enough for a Cougar first down.
And a first down for HFL. 1st and 10, a big key 3rd down conversion. Meacham looks back down the right side, and he has a man open. First down, HFL. Meisenzahl, excuse me, with the catch. And a first down. For the Cougars. Clock continues to roll down here, but they're seeming to get a playoff. 1st and 10. Tip ball and a picked off by Batavia. Justin Smith with the interception off the tipped ball drill, and he brings it in. And that's how the third quarter will end. Batavia will start on its own 15-yard line after a big play by the defense. And we will take a quick break here. Ajay Cybulski live with you on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. It'll be 1st and 10 Batavia as the fourth quarter has arrived. The witching hour. We are back to the action. Fourth quarter, 1st and 10 Batavia coming off a Justin Smith interception. Mullen down the sideline, but just overthrown. That's one of the few times those two have not connected today. 2nd and 10. And an injury on the field. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Just got to make sure this is all correct here. 11:53 on the clock. And while we wait for the injury on the field, we'd like to thank, again, our sponsors here. The sun's making it kind of difficult to see this laptop, so bear with me. The sun has shifted, so the umbrella not doing much, so hopefully my 6'4" frame can block the sun as much as it can. First, our scoreboard sponsor. Looking to kickstart your career in health and physical education? Look no further than GCC. Visit genesee.edu/phys ed to learn more. McGavro's Automotive. Think of McGavro's Automotive when you need preventative maintenance like oil changes and scheduled services. Call 585-343-6101. Summit Family Dental Care. At Summit Family Dental Care, our dentists and staff are committed to giving you the best dental experience that Warsaw has to offer. Visit them online at summitfamilydentalcare.com. Zoom Total Fitness, $35 per month membership, all new equipment. Visit zoomtotalfitness.com. And last but not least, Crazy Cheap Cars, the ultimate in price and selection. Call 585-948-8000, or better yet, they'll see you right here. Visit crazycheapcars.com. Back to action here. Buchholz on a 2nd and 10. He'll take it to the left like he's done a lot tonight or this afternoon, and it will be about a 9-yard gain on the play.
Run. Just short of a first down.
3rd and 1 coming up. Get our scoreboard sponsor back on here. $11:34 remains in this 3rd quarter. Buchholz in shotgun. The snap. Direct snap again to Buchholz, who's trying to find a rushing lane, and he does. He squeaks through and finds enough for a first down. The story of the game so far. Buchholz cannot be stopped.
First down.
It's gotten quiet here at HFL High School as Batavia up 16. Some desperate times are coming for these Cougars here at home on homecoming day. Week, I should say. Two receivers at the top, Buchholz and Griffin in the backfield. Buchholz, high snap, still gets it out to Griffin in space on the outside, but a great tackle there by the Cougars defense. A great play there by number 3, Meisensal. And it is a minimal game. Actually did not gain any yardage, so 2nd and 10 for Batavia. Again, I forgot to start the clock. My apologies. Griffin looks like he might move in motion here. And he does. Griffin in motion. They send some pressure up the middle, but the Batavia offensive line swarms the aggressiveness from the Cougars defense, and Buchholz again pushes forward for a 9-yard gain. It's 3rd and 1. Clock continues to tick here. I want to reset it here because I'm very far behind. 9:30-ish left. 3rd and 1. For the Blue Devils. Game clock winding down. And the snap, it's a pitch the other side to Griffin. Griffin uses his speed and gets the sideline for a 1st down.
Griffin gets the 1st down.
Bullholz and Griffin, they are special. 1st and 10, Batavia. First and 10, Bullholz again on the keeper, and a flag down. We haven't seen many of those in this half. While in the first half it was raining flags. Looks like it might be a hold on Batavia. And it is. A holding penalty on Batavia will set them back 10 yards on 1st and 10 to make it a 1st and 20. First and 20, Batavia on its own 36. Oh, the Cougars showing some pressure up the middle. And you know what you do? You give it to Griffin on the outside, and he picks up a nice 8 yards on 1st and 20. Cougars setting pressure up the middle, but Batavia counters with these outside runs with Griffin, and it's really just paid off for them all afternoon. Let's see if the Cougars continue to do so.
Second down and 12.
Bullholz on the carry, breaking tackles, and gets right back to the original yard of scrimmage, so about a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9.5 to be more accurate, but can't put that on the GCC scoreboard. So we're going to go with 3rd and 9, and we're going to round up. Third and 9 for Batavia. Clock continues to run. Bullholz, the fake pitch. Nice move there. Dodges another one and gets it out to Griffin on the right side. A beautiful play off script. And Griffin using his legs, and he is walloped at the 40-yard line. By number 64, Youngstrom of Honeoye Falls-Lima, but a great play from Bronx Bullholz in the pocket to avoid multiple Cougars defenders. And this Batavia offensive line led by Seiberling, White, and a couple other names in there really leading the way for this Blue Devils team, as I think there might be another flag down. Nonetheless, though, an exclusive, I should say exciting play from Bronx Bullholz on that play. couple more names on the offensive line. Carvel Martino. I already mentioned Sheldon Seiverling and Gavin White. Madden Legler. And Cole Davis. So those are the names up front that have really been getting it done and allowing this Batavia offense to function quite well. As it's now 3rd and 24. I missed what the penalty was, but obviously a personal foul penalty or something of that sort. So face mask penalty. So a 3rd and 24 for Batavia. Buhlholzen shotgun. I don't think you want to play too aggressive here, up 16 with the ball, as another flag's down. And just when I said it wasn't raining flags in the second half, and now it's starting to. Delay a game penalty. 3rd and 29 now for Batavia. If they convert this, I'd be stunned. They've been good in 3rd and long situations this afternoon, but 3rd and 29 seems like a tall task for this Blue Devils offense. Drops back. Buhlholz in the pocket. Whips one down the field. Carter Mullen at the sticks. And it's brought in for an almost first down. He's about to be 1 yard short on a 3rd and 29. He finds Carter Mullen, who's also been putting on a absolute show here this afternoon. And now 4th and 1. What a play for Batavia. Their execution on these 3rd and long situations is a key difference maker in this game so far.
Helping everyone out there. They're doing a great job.
Fourth and 1. Batavia going for it. And it looks like there was a pre-snap penalty. What side is it on now? And it's an offsides on the Cougars, so that will move the sticks for Batavia. And if they're facing a 3rd and 29, Batavia keeps its drive alive. First and 10, Batavia. In the closing moments of this Class B tilt, Batavia would move to 5-0 if they hang on to the 16-point advantage here in this fourth quarter. Griffin on the outside. Makes a few cuts and gets about a 2 to 3 yard gain on 1st and 10. If HFL loses and the score remains the same, it will be the first loss of the season for HFL as another flag down. I think it went from raining to, I think it's a monsoon now of flags in this game. Probably upwards of 15 flags on the field so far in this game. Don't need the exact number, but at least 15. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on HFL. And Batavia, 20-ish yards away, 25-ish yards away from putting the icing on the cake. 1st and 10. They got to the line of scrimmage quite quick here, so they got a lot of time on the game clock left to waste here. Buhlholz continues to carry multiple Cougars defenders. And another flag. We might set a record. And another flag. Both teams not disciplined here in this fourth quarter. Refs discussing. Again, we'd like to thank our scoreboard sponsor, SUNY GCC. Explore careers in health and physical education. To learn more, visit genesee.edu/physed. So 2 unsportsmanlike penalties on Batavia, so that's going to back them up. And it was a dead ball penalty, so it's going to be a second down, and let's see where they mark it here. A second down, and ref's still going. Oh, he's really backing up, putting it in reverse. And it was 2 dead ball penalties, so they both are at it. So a 30-yard penalty, which was a 2nd and 1, now is, I might sit here all night trying to figure out how far away they are. But it looks like about a 2nd and 30. Unbelievable.
So he's going to be looking at a 1st and 30.
1st and 30. Sorry, so it was not. Second down, it must have occurred during the play, so it was not after the whistle, so it's now 1st and 30 for Batavia. It was not a dead ball penalty, so my apologies on that. So still an opportunity here that Batavia just picked up a 3rd and, no, it is 2nd and 30. Okay, so they did switch that. 2nd and 30. Bullholz on the right side for about 6, so we have 3rd and 24. So Batavia just converted a 3rd and 29 on this drive, so anything's really possible at this point. A 3rd down for the Cougars. Third and 24. I think we've seen it all here this afternoon, so I wouldn't expect anything less than a good play here. As Mullen, some soft coverage there from the Cougars, playing some prevent defense there, and about a 12-yard game. So it's going to be 3rd and 12, or 4th and 12, excuse me. Well, 4th and 12.
4th and 13.
Coach Veltz letting this clock run. And a timeout called by Batavia with 1:58 remaining. And before we scoot on out of here on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network, Ajay Cybulski with you live for this Class B showdown between 2 undefeateds. Batavia will move to 5-0 while HFL will fall to 4-1. We'd like to thank our sponsors one more time. SUNY GCC, McGavro's Automotive. Summit Family Dental Care. Zoom Total Fitness. And Crazy Cheap Cars. If you'd like to sponsor what we do here at the Batavia and Livingston County News, contact Bridget or Jamie. The Bills with a big game tomorrow against the Houston Texans at 1 o'clock. Khalil Shakir and Oliver are out, as well as Taylor Rapp. So the Bills facing some injuries to some key players. Von Miller also suspended. So it'll be interesting to see how this Bills team responds against the clash between the Bills and Texans, two Super Bowl contenders. Bullholz over the middle, and it's over the head of the Batavia target intended for Jamison Motika. So incomplete. The Cougars will get the ball back. First and 10. Sabres lost again today in the Czech Republic, so they fall to 0-2 to start the year with their next game on Thursday night, the home opener against the Los Angeles Kings. Off to a rough start in the Lindy Ruff era. After 13 years of no playoffs, it hasn't really gotten better. 1:52 left in this fourth quarter between HFL and Batavia. The snap, Meacham. And that's picked off. No penalty on the play, and that should seal it here at HFL High School. That almost seemed like one of the more obvious flags that we could have been called this afternoon, but no flag on the play, and the HFL receiver was tackled while the ball was in the air, so some fans are irate about the no call here. First and 10 Batavia in shotgun here. So not victory formation yet. HFL still has 3 timeouts to use, so we'll see if they decide to use them. Bullholz to the left for a 4 or 5 yard gain on first down. And it looks like the Cougars are going to pack this one in, not use their timeouts, and this will all but do it here at HFL High School. We appreciate HFL for allowing us to stream this afternoon's game, and again, thank you to all the viewers here on the Batavia News Sports Network that tuned in to today's action. Batavia with a dominant 32-16 win over HFL. The pitch to Griffin. You saw that a lot this afternoon, and he is just continuing to run. Still going, still going, still going. And he's brought down at the HFL 38-yard line, and I think that run where he ran about 20 to 30 yards and got about 6 will take enough time off the clock for the clock to wind down here and for that to be the final play of the game. So that will do it. The Blue Devils take home the 32-16 victory over the Cougars.
And that's a wrap. Batavia defeats the Cougars 32-16. Thank you everybody for coming out today and enjoying the beautiful weather and celebrating fall weekend. We hope to see you again soon.
Again, appreciate everyone tuning in. Before we get out of here, one more time, we'd like to thank our sponsors here. SUNY GCC, McGavros Automotive, Summit Family Dental Care, Zoom Total Fitness, and Crazy Cheap Cars. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the Bills game tomorrow. A lot of college football still ensuing here tonight. And again, Batavia with a 32-16 victory to stay undefeated at 5-0. Ajay Cybulski with you live on the Batavia Daily News Sports Network. And we'll see you next week. Thank you all, and have a good afternoon/night.